Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Rwagnation League Grand Prix here in the F2 cars at Belgium. Oh, I'm so excited for this Grand Prix. This is actually one of my favorite circuits on the entire calendar, just purely because of how intense the racing can be. Kemmel Straight madness going in towards Lekum is just always the do for what's it's for me. Oh, I believe I might even be able to get a man himself in. Oh, yes. Bear with me, uno momento. We're hopefully going to get Mr. Kodiak in here as well. That would be incredible, but we'll wait and see. We'll see if we can get him in. Okay, so we are here kicking it off straight away, and I'm going to have to go on board with, once I've got the information up on the screen ready, I'm going to go, but I'm going to go on board with Veloce's very own Foxy MW. Now, he's known for being a content creator, mainly for Fortnite rather than for anything else. However, he has recently taken a massive liking towards F1 2019, and here he is in the F2 car. He's been practicing for this, and he's already invalidated. That is not a good sign for him at all, and he's already going to be having a little bit of issues or two, and he's not happy about that. So we'll have a look elsewhere then. Let's see if we can get... And let's have a look at Piloto Paya. He's usually the guy who will make it to pole position. He's absolutely crucial when it comes to these races. Just whether or not he can deliver that today is more the question for him. Beak is there alongside him still. I think he's actually further back than I originally thought. Absinthe is someone who can be fast. It's very hit and miss. That's the issue. Jack, again, also another driver who can be crazy fast. He needs to really put his pace on the track there if he wants to beat Piloto. But Bandito has retired from the session. So that's two drivers out already. Crucially, though, Ravenduck is still in this. He's at the back. Oh, he's invalidated. Oh, no, that's heartbreaking. You can tell because the track map on the right is red. So he is in trouble. Piloto in pole position. Jack still fighting with Beaker. They're actually swapping places quite a lot. Look at that. Jack's actually climbed to P2 now. I want to go on board with him real quick as he comes through. He's actually right there on the back of Piloto, so things could very easily sway. If there's one wrong braking zone going in towards the bus stop chicane, there could be a major issue for them later on. We'll stay with him though. Jack's actually fallen. He's invalidated. That's disastrous for him. He did not want that at all. Well, it's going to be Piloto as it stands, but Beaker might be able to get it as we go through turn 2. Oh, they were actually swapping places there. The exit is crucial. Beaker's on pole. Can he get it? Yes, he can. So close between them. Half a tenth was all that separates these guys. Beaker P1, Piloto P2, and Mizzo in his debut race in the F2 cars will start P3. Oh, this is so good already. Honestly, I can't tell you how much I am hyped for this Grand Prix. Both the F2 cars and the F1 cars always make it for such a great show, and just to get your taste buds nice and moistened up, this race will do it. Alright, here's a rundown then at the end of the qualifying session. Like I said, look, 0.06 of a second, well, almost 7 actually, between Beaker and Piloto. Beaker will beat them to it though and will take pole. Piloto takes second with Mizzo in third, Absinthe in fourth, Roshko in 5th, Aviator in 6th, Lando's Moment in 7th, Blue in 8th, Max in 9th, with Tiger Racing rounding out the top 10. Falsetti, for whatever reason, chose mediums to do his qualifying on, and he starts as best of the rest in P11. Jeb in 12th, Lapis 13th, Marquez 14th, Badger 15th, Toto 16th, and then your DQers were Jack, Ravenduck, Foxy, and Burrito Bandito. Now, it's not over by any stretch of the imagination. There's still tons of time for them to bring it back because the feature race is where it all matters. You know, you've got 25 points if you get the win. You got a sprint race afterwards, so there's still... Oh, that might make things very, very difficult for these drivers. That is a very wet race. Well, there's only one tyre compound for the wet conditions, so it wouldn't surprise me that they're all going to be on wets. But my lord, this spells for a very exciting race, to say the least. Oh, I can't wait. I'm really excited. Now, the drivers are on the grid already. As you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, they're actually just prepping themselves for this race. They're working out how much fuel they want to take with them. They can't choose tyres, I'm told. I keep getting shouted at every week when I say this, but you know what? Here we go. The lights are on, and it's formation lap time. When it comes to predictions, this is the area where I normally chuck other people under the bus to buy myself some time to figure out who's going to do what and where, right? Problem I've got is there's no one here to chuck under the bus. I was hoping I'd be able to get Mr. King Kodiak in here to join me for the F2 race and the F1 race. However, I am reliant on somebody else inviting him because I don't have the ability to invite whilst we are sat here. I've asked Raven Duck to fix it up for me, but he's a bit busy currently getting ready for the race. We've already lost. Is that Foxy? Yep, Foxy has been reset to the grid. I think his teammate, is it Joe? Yes, it is. He's also been reset to the grid, so clearly something went wrong off the launch there for the start. But Beaker still away, 4 points ahead already as we kick off this race. He's going to be so happy to get into this. He literally had a league race here, I think, just the other day, and he already started to show his pace is quite strong here, and he actually has got a lot to be able to take the win. It's just, you know, the F2 cars and the F1 cars are very different beasts altogether. You know, you can very easily lose it in the lower gears, and on wet conditions, it's even harder. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think Beaker's got his work cut out, but he loves the wet weather. And that's the area where Piloto tends to struggle. When you've got wet conditions, Piloto just doesn't seem to be able to chuck those lap times together as quick as he wants them to. And as a result of that, he doesn't always get the wins, and he doesn't always get in the podiums. He's already struggling, though, just going through P1 on the formation lap. So if he's having these many issues this early on, this is an indicator as to how this race may pan out. Mizzo, who's in P3, has a chance to just slip on by. Remember, there is DRS, there is no ERS, but obviously toe makes a massive difference here. Exit speeds, obviously, so turn 1 exit speed is going to probably be the most important area, not just in lap 1, but every single lap. Because if you lose that DRS train, you're in serious trouble. It's so hard to get back into it, you know. It's not like Austria where it's a continuous DRS train. This is a track that requires you to have the toe all the time if you can, but you know, Sector 2 is your area where you can recover it a little bit, but if you make even just a slight mistake, that's it, it's done. You know, there's no way you're going to bring it back now. The whole of Sector 3 is going to be a real disaster for you, and you know, you're going again in Sector 1 where both your DRS zones are. It's a very, very tough race to handle. But we are here. Badger has sadly left the session. I don't know if his game crashed or maybe he's had a wheel issue or something, but he is not going to be there for the start, it looks like, unless he somehow manages to get back in ASAP. One second. Alright, here we go then. Let's go back up to the front of the grid because I want to see this turn 1 action. I want to see if Piloto can get the run he needs up to the line, but he has got the outside line throughout, which would mean he should be able to get a better exit, but that's providing there's no cars on his inside and providing he doesn't get blocked off as we go into it. That is going to be the hardest part. Badger has managed to return. Is he going to get back into his car though? I think he will. I think Burrito Bandito, is that? Or maybe Marquez we're waiting for to get into the box. Here we go then. For the F2 race here in Belgium, it's going to be Beaker leading us away with the lights are on. And it's go time here in Belgium, and Beaker's got a really good start. Piloto in the same boat. Who is that? I think Badger at the back. He's actually jumped up a couple places. This is working wonders for him. Here we go. They're coming in towards turn 1. Piloto's still around the outside, making this work. I think he's actually going to secure P1 as a result because Beaker took it a little bit too gingerly, but now the toe is going to play a factor for Beaker. He has got a lot of cars chasing him down at the back, and so far everybody through turn 1 has kept it pretty clean. Let's have a look now up through Rouge Radion. We're probably going to lose a couple of cars here, I reckon. Oh, they've kept it going. This is solid work. Everybody's going. Burrito Bandito takes an interesting line. Lapis is there right behind as well. Piloto's lost 2 places. They are actually going side by side. Or Absinthe Beaker. Kunutale Kum. Absinthe rotates Beaker. No, they've gone together, but Beaker's caught it. Piloto lost the car as well. There are so many cars going off track. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some penalties coming in. But Roshko and Aviator, they were together. Aviator's gone. He's rotated. That is not what he wanted. Oh, more carnage everywhere on the track. People are needing to dodge. There's a little car doing a pirouette there on circuit as well. That was Blue, who's been rotated, I think, by Aviator as well. And he's got damage, and he is in for a world of pain. Left end plate is gone. I think he's missing some elements as well. We have got yellow flag Sector 1 and Sector 2, but no safety car as yet. And I've lost connection to Steam. No. Steam, why you do me like this? Has Steam actually just gone down? Or am I able to get back? Hey, I'm back. Pug. Denied. Denied indeed. Alright, we are getting back into this, so apologies for the little delay. We should be able to catch up really quickly. Max is retired, so I don't know what happened to him, but we have got a black screen and the rain is definitely still pouring. So we are straight back into this. There are no delays. Beaker is still leading. Absinthe is up in P2. Looking around the track, there are a lot of issues. I think that's Aviator downfield who's having a bit of a scrap there. Marquez! Oh, wow, what a crash. That left front wheel immediately blew off of his car, and I think Blue has even more damage as well, along with Tiger Racing behind him. I think Tiger Racing might have actually avoided it. No, he has got damage. That right side is very much in bits. And I'm looking towards the middle of the pack. Tortor and Jack, they're having a moment as well. Landers went a bit deep into towards the bush stop chicane, and here comes Tortor trying to get the cut back. It's not going to work. Jeb cuts the corner. There's a rotation from Tortor. He got a bit too excited on the accelerator, and he has rotated it pretty severely, but he's still P12, still in with a shot of getting some points if he can keep it all together. Lots of people diving into the pit lane here then. Through all that carnage, we could not miss it. There is no sound? What do you mean there's no sound? Yes, there is. Is he? Okay. Trolling me. Never mind. Alright, Marquez and Foxy is still going. Marquez almost goes off the circuit and into the wall, but he's still alive. Still with Foxy. We are still on lap 2. We have not yet got DRS as it stands. Thank you for the confirmations that there is sound. I panicked for a second there. Piloto P3, after having such a disastrous start. I mean, he only lost one place, but that one place makes a world of difference when it comes to this Grand Prix. You know, you can't afford to be losing them when you need the points, especially in the first race when most of the points are awarded to you. Marquez is still here with Foxy. Foxy's into points positions. He's in P9. He only needs to gain one more place and hold it in order for him to get a reverse grid place P1 for the next sprint race, which is obviously coming up after this. So slow through there. They have to keep it clean in order to achieve anything here. I think we've got a little bit of a scrap going on between Burrito Bandito, Raven Duck, and Heart of Lapis, who has done a very good job of keeping this together. Raven Duck is through on the inside. Lapis is actually going to get the cutback, but Raven Duck was in the way. Nowhere to go. And Lapis, I think, may actually still pass Raven Duck. Yes, actually she has. She's done it. Raven Duck went very off track there and almost goes into the front of Burrito Bandito. As we resume the racing, we'll go back up to Lando's Millman, who has just been passed by Jack. Jack clearly feeling a lot more confident on in this car, on this track, but look how gentle they have to take this. This track is super slippy, and with his having wing damage as well on Lando's Millman's car is just not helping his case whatsoever. You know, he needs to somehow keep this in check, and that is a bit concerning for him. Still a scrap going on for P9. It is actually a three-way scrap because Blue, I think, has managed to nurture the car even with the damage. Yes, he has that. And he's... Oh, Marquez ran off and got a penalty. Marquez is actually coming for this on Foxy. This is a send, and I think he's got it in the braking zone. He's going to run very deep into it, but I think with the priority he's going to have on the inside for the next one, despite the penalty he gets for the corner cut in. Foxy's trying to get the run of dreams out of the corner. He's not got it, and Marquez will take P9. And then we have to quickly look at P3 because this might be a change of positions. There's no DRS, obviously. I don't even know why I said it earlier because now we are on lap 3, but it's wet. So there is not going to be any, but it's all about the toe. Absinthe, how are you going to hold this one off? Are you going to be able to brake later than Piloto? I mean, he has a track record for being the later braker. This time he decided against it, and he actually has locked up as he was going into it. So Absinthe will hold P2, although he's still here fighting for it. Will Absinthe lose this position coming into it? He could actually take the inside line, can Piloto. Absinthe needs to defend this if he wants to protect the run. But he doesn't actually need to worry about it at all, actually. I thought Piloto would have got a much better exit than he did. And as a result, Burrito Bandito has lost control of the car. Further down the field, Fossetti and Tiger Racing, they're having a battle. Fossetti's taking the outside line. No, it's Joe. No, it is Dave who's taking the outside line. He actually loses the rear of the car as well, but he does catch it, and he has got the run out of the corner that he needs. He is up now into P16. Long way back to go. Jeb and Jack are actually having a great old scrap, and Jeb in P7 on the back of Jack. It's actually a really solid race for Jeb so far. He's really making this look like he's very confident, very comfortable. Can Jack keep this in check? Yeah. I'm just watching Jeb as well, the way that he's controlling that car through there. He's really trying to keep the car pointing. I think Foxy must have damage as well, right? Definitely an end plate. Oh, he's got no end plates. That is disaster. That's probably the worst way you should have your wing, you know? If you're going to have damage to your wing, you want to try and keep your end plates as much as possible. losing the inside would be awful. That you definitely not want that at all. Tiger Racing P16 still actually still sitting on in the back end of Forsythie there, but you know, no points awarded for P16. You need to get into the top 10 at least, which is where Tortor is, and he's actually lining up an overtake here on Marquez. It's going to be a difficult one. There is a bit of contact. Marquez still holds the line, still holds the position, but he's on the grass. He's going to lose the car, or is he? What a catch from Marquez. And I say that because he's driving on a keyboard. I don't know how he achieves that, but he is. And here comes Tortor with a big send down the inside of the bus stop chicane. He's actually going to get a very side-by-side with Marquez, and Tortor will get the better run, or will he? Oh, that was very, very close to being another loss of control. Tortor P10, only 2/10 away. Marquez is going to be very much staring in the rearview mirrors. Oh, that is a big lock up there from Tortor. He cannot afford to keep locking these tyres up like that, otherwise he's going to end up with no tyres left to work with. Still 3 laps to go. Tortor and Marquez swapping places left and right. Blue gets another penalty. This is heartbreaking for quite a lot of them here then. Oh, Marquez has run deep. I think surely he's going to lose it there. Oh, he's kept it on track again. Well played by Marquez to keep the car going in the right direction. That is a very scary scenario to be in. And Tortor is still coming at him. Tortor is not letting Marquez get away with this at all. He's absolutely going for it, and that is a very late break. I think he might run deep. Marquez has come into it, and Marquez turns into Tortor, but neither of them have damage. Tortor will get the position and will double up his points to now get 2 as he climbs to P9. Piloto on the back of Absinthe. I think this battle has been going for quite a while, and it likely will continue in the same manner. And I love how, just take a second to appreciate how stunning the game can look. Look at that. In the wet conditions, this game never fails to impress me how beautiful it is. But the bit we come to watch is the racing, and that is Piloto currently hunting for Absinthe again. He looks so... Honestly, Piloto in the wet and Piloto in the dry are two very different people, and Absinthe is having a mare of a time. He got on that curb and the car just got very unstable. That's allowed Piloto to gain so much more pace, but he's eased off, look. He's so worried about that left-hander at Blanchimont, he doesn't want to get a penalty, and it's caused him to lose a fair bit of time. Ultimately, it hasn't cost either of them any places, but it has caused him to have major performance issues. He's now there with Absinthe. He's going to get the exit he needs. It's tidy. Not as good from Absinthe. He needed a much tidier exit, and he's not got it. Piloto is currently sat alongside of him then. How are they going to fare going in towards turn 1? I think Absinthe will get priority because he has the inside, but Piloto's got the cutback, and there's the drive, but not enough. Absinthe may hold it. Are they going to have to go side by side through? Yeah, they are. Oh my word, this is going to be tense. Neither of them showing any signs of backing out. And it is going to be Absinthe who goes up the hill first. Piloto was the one who blinked. And, I mean, he's got the run still. But I don't think he's got the pace now. No DRS means he's just reliant on the toe being there for him. Because he did ease off going up the hill more than Absinthe did. And he's still, Absinthe moves defensive. Here comes Piloto around the outside. He's going to have to brake pretty well through here. Absinthe has pretty much parked it on the apex on the racing line. There's no way for Piloto to get through. And that allows Absinthe to stay P2. And Piloto will keep on pushing. Ravenduck gets a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. I believe that is the final corner. That is probably the harshest area in the whole game for penalties. You cut that just a bit too much and you're going to get a massive, massive penalty. Lando's Millman and Jeb, they're swapping places. Here comes Lando's down the inside. Jeb is just kind of getting left out to dry. Although we are in wet conditions, so that's very impressive to even do that. That was a pun, by the way, in case anyone missed it. Piloto still hunting for Absinthe. This battle, I think, is going to... Foxy, are you okay? That is an interesting tyre of choice there. He's gone for the soft tyres. These tyres will not work in these conditions, and he's about to find out as he's trying to... I don't know what he's trying to do. There's surely no way he'll make it up this hill. There's got to be no way. Oh, he's so slow. He made it, though. He absolutely made it, so I can shut my mouth up as Jeb and Lando's are still going side by side as well. Jeb's actually got a better run through here. He might get Lando's Milkman back down to place as Lando's still holding the inside. Damage on left-hand side for his car. Oh, they are so close together. There was a little bit of contact. It was just a slight graze. Rubbin is racing, they say, and Jeb taking the outside line, and he will get it. Lando's now is going to have to sit behind him and use the toe again. He's got the pace. But the inside line for Blanchimont is not the place he wants to be, and he knows that. That's why he backs out. That was a very smart decision there from Landers to make sure you don't take it too high. Is his wing damage causing him that many problems? Jeb having a mega penalty applied there. Fossetti and Ravenduck, they're having a battle and a half. Fossetti, oh, he almost gets sideways there. Complete opposite lock to try and keep the car pointing, and it is. Ravenduck's got very damaged left wing. Fossetti taking the outside line as well. He's doing a Jeb, but this time he's going to be able to keep the momentum through the corners. Ravenduck, oh, he's back end, steps out. He's wily. It's a wily one. Landers still fighting with Jeb. This battle for P7 does not look like it's going to end. And ultimately, if you're in P8, you kind of want to hold P8, let's be honest. Because if you stay P8, going into the next race, you're going to get pole position, which is a great scenario. And if it is going to be dry, oh, that was an interesting line there. Surely he got a penalty, or a warning, sorry, for that. But he's going to get so much more momentum than Jeb did, and that allows him to just cruise on past, and now up into P7. Tiger Racing and Ravenduck, they swap places as Joe goes round through Ravenduck. Ravenduck looks like he's having a lot of problems on this circuit. The wet conditions are really not favouring him. Foxy trying to make these softs work. Oh, he was really getting heavy on the throttle there. I don't know what his game plan is here, if I'm honest with you. I think he's chosen the softs because he's just for the memes, I guess, but it is really not working out for him at all. Piloto, Pie, and Absinthe are still scrapping. 3/10 is where they sit. Yellow flag sector 1, I think that's Ravenduck. Oh, he's crashed. He's out. We've got a DNF on the final lap as well. That is not what he wanted. But we have Beaker, who, like I said before, has got pace in general. And in the wet conditions, this is something he thrives on. He loves these conditions, and Piloto will also look to take P2. He needs these points if he wants to get another weekend win. Absinthe knows this too, and he's trying to hold it. Piloto carried a lot of pace through there, but I don't think he's going to be able to get the dive. He's going to need to send it. No send from him. Maybe he's going to go for a better run through the corners as Absinthe goes deep. He's done this a couple of laps in a row. Beaker will cross the line and take the win. Here comes Absinthe. Here comes Piloto. Who's going to get the better drive out of the corner? It's going to be a drag race to the start line. I think Absinthe has got it. Yes, he has. By 35 thousandths of a second. It is Beaker, Absinthe, Piloto, Roshko, and then Mizzo for the top 5 here at the end of this race. The battling still continues. It's just a bit too much to ask, or is it? Because Landos and Jeb are still going at it. Jeb actually just ran a bit wide there, went onto the off track a bit. Landos has gone deep. We're going to see another drag race to the start line. I think we might. Jeb has actually got a good chance here, but he's just got a bit too early on the throttle. And Toto might get him as well. Toto's trying to get the power as well, and I think he has. Toto will take P7. Oh, he jumps Landos. Well played, Toto. He will start P2 in the next race, which is coming up in just a moment's notice. Blue will cross the line and take Best of the Rest award, but he's not going to get involved in this reverse grid that we're going to see. Fossetti will cross and come P12. Tiger Racing will make it for P13, and Badger, who did manage to get back in again, is a bit further down the field, but he is going to finish in a respectable P14, along with Lapis, who's going to finish in 15th. Foxy, who's memeing. He's still memeing. Oh, actually, he's going to lose a place to Burrito Bandito if Burrito Bandito can find a way through. This is another little scrap then. Foxy's going to need to get his defensive A game going. I don't think he is. That's a send from Burrito. A little bit of a nudge there into the side of Foxy. Foxy, I mean, surely, obviously, you're going to have to surrender the position anyway because you've just got no grip on these tyres whatsoever. But he's doing such a good job of keeping the car on track. You know, when the softs are in wet conditions, they just turn off. There is absolutely no grip to be found. So it's pretty impressive that this is even going on in the first place. And so overall, you got to be pretty pleased for Foxy to be in that scenario. Badger has left the game. Don't know if his game crashed again or whatever his issue was. Hopefully he can get that sorted. So next across the line will be Burrito Bandito. As Foxy just goes straight on over. Oh, this is an interesting line. Big penalty for Foxy. And he almost goes into the side of Burrito Bandito. I don't think he was expecting the softs to have that little grip, but he absolutely went for it there at the end. Fair play to Foxy for trying that. Can't really grumble too much. There we are then. That is your podium. And how it looks is Beaker on the race win. Sorry, he got a very solid 25 points, along with the 4 points he got in the qualifying. He's going to be looking so good going into it. All right, here's the results then at the end of that race. So we'll also see the weekend results in just a second. Oh, Beaker, not only did he get the race win, he also gets the fastest lap as well. So it's another 2 points. He's got 6 points just from fast laps alone. This guy's looking so good going into this. So Beaker will take the win. It'll be Absinthe in P2, Piloto P3, Roshko P4, Mizzo P5, Jack P6, Tortor P7, Landos P8, and that is the grid that's going to be flipped and reversed. So Landos will start on pole coming up in this race in a second. With Jeb there in P9, Marquez rounding out the top 10, with Blue getting best of the rest with Tiger Racing in P12, Fossetti P13, Half Lap is 14th, Badger 15th, Burrito Bandito 16th, Foxy 17th, and the DNFs were Ravenduck, Aviator, and Max. Oh, that's the first race out of the way. Are we going to see a dry second race? Or are we going to see another one? Oh, it's dry. Okay, now that'll be a relief for some of the drivers, but that is a bit concerning when it comes to Beaker. Now, Beaker does perform better than Piloto in the wet conditions, but Piloto, generally speaking, performs better than Beaker does in the dry conditions. Now, that's not to say that Beaker will lose this, because he is still rapid in dry conditions too on this track in the F2 cars. So we'll see what he can do, but if I was to put any money on it... Oh, we have a King Kodiak! Is that a Mr. King Kodiak I hear?
Yes, hello.
Oh, he made it. We are here.
Hello.
Welcome to the commentary booth, sir.
Did you pack your swimming trunks after that first race? Dear Lord.
I think you need more of a scuba suit, to be truthfully honest. It was absolutely soaking wet.
Yeah, I think Foxy was trying to channel his inner Ken Block there.
A little bit.
I don't know what the hell he was playing at, but... Yeah, okay. Novel, I suppose.
I mean, honestly, that track was so wet in that first race. I'm pretty sure I saw Finding Nemo asking if I'd seen his dad somewhere. But obviously, after that first race, it is going to be Landos Milkman who's going to be starting on pole. Going into this with Tortor there in second. This is a really good opportunity for them to get the 1-2 if they can keep it going. But then again, you've got these really fast drivers behind. Like I said, Piloto, Beaker are the two ones I look at mainly. Absinthe also has crazy pace. Jack has a very hit and miss kind of races, as long as he can keep our damage. But based on names alone, Mr. Kodiak, just on names, okay? Give me a 1, 2, 3. Go on.
I was actually very impressed with Jeb's outside maneuver in the wet at Stavolo. I was like, wow, someone's got the cojones today. Did he absolutely do well? Let's see. You can't really ignore Beaker and Pilato, I don't think. So if I'm going to pick three, I'm going to go Pilato, Roshko. I think did it right in that previous race. I don't want to just be the obvious ones because we're going to, let's face it, we're going to do the obvious ones a little bit more in the F1 race a bit later on. So I'm going to go Pilato, Roshko, Absinthe. Beaker did brilliantly in the first race, but it's so much a different kettle of fish when you got a reverse grid going.
Yeah, exactly. And you got to, as these guys, like we said, Beaker, Piloto, and Absinthe as well, we know can be very, very fast here. It's watching out for the carnage, especially if we go up to Upper Rouge Radion and we have somebody lose control of the car going into it. That's the scary bit. We do not want to see that anyway. You know what I mean? And that's the worry. So we'll see. We're going into this 5 laps for the sprint race. This is the final race of the F2s before we move over to the F1 races coming up in just a little while. Obviously, we'll have the usual hype video as per normal for you, and I've already seen it, and let me tell you, I love it. It's already so good. Beaker does such an exceptional job on editing these. He dedicates every single Saturday to making those videos for us, so massive shout out to you, Beaker. Thank you so much. And as a reward, you get to start P8 in this race, so good luck. Would you like to take the start, sir?
Oh, you are too kind. I will gladly take the start of this race as the grid forms up for what is no doubt going to be a spectacular run here at Spa. Lights come on. We know this procedure. It is time to wind them up and let them go. Who is going to be bravest on the race? A stonking start from Torzo as he's already charging and challenging Landers Milkman into the source. Who is going to come out on top? Let us see. The broadcast camera is doing nothing for me, admittedly. So let's see. Jack's had a decent start, but he's a little slow as the top two are really streaming away. Lots of fighting going on. And Absinthe, that's a cracker up to fifth. Up to fifth position already. And now we're onto the Camel Straight. Roscoe challenging Jack, going to the outside, heading towards the first part of Lake Torza, staying in the tire tracks of Lando's Milkman. Oh, who is going to be brave here? Oh, it's so close. Roscoe and Jack coming into Lake for the first time in anger. It looks all right so far. Falsetti has obviously had I think that was the ooh you had earlier.
Yeah.
Piloto! Oh no, one of my predictions has gone horribly wrong. He's gone off at Lake Calm. He's very, very slow. Oh no!
Disaster. Absolute disaster. I mean, it's working well for Absinthe. Look, he's up to P4 now, and Beaker's trying to work with him as well. He's actually trying to pass Roshko, coming in towards Puon. Has Roshko got the ability to hold this line? Beaker actually looks like he's backed off. Toto and Jack have been scrapping too. Absinthe round wide, and here comes Mizzo. That was a big shot into the side of Beaker. These two are going to surely collide and end their races in tears. Although Beaker's kept the inside line nice and tight, Mizzo's still alongside of him. Beaker's going to have a really hard line keeping this, and Mizzo... Oh, wow, what an overtake. Yes, it was a big shunt initially, but then following that, it was such good racing.
That was close, but it was fair. And that's a big snap of oversteer there from Absinthe as he's pushing the tail of the car. Oh, no, Jeb! After such a strong race, what under you? Yep, he's had an argument with the wall on the exit of Savalo. I've seen that happen before, and it only tends to go towards the way of the concrete, unfortunately. Oh, here we go into the bus stop chicane. And everybody's behaving themselves, but Landers Miller's got himself a decent gap there up front, or comparatively decent gap, I should say. He's got Jack in hot pursuit. Torza in now down to third position with a modicum of a gap. But look at the scrapping behind. Absinthe fending off Roscoe just about. Here we go again. Slipstream train up and over up and over at Radion for the Camel Stray once again.
This is going to be so intense next lap when we have the DRS available. We have a yellow flag sector 1. That's somebody making mistakes on the turn 1 there. But we need to keep our eyes pinned on this battle because Roshko is firing up the back of Absinthe here. There's going to be a late break opportunity here, I think, but Absinthe covers the inside. Roshko's taking a line and a half round the outside. That is not going to work out for him. It was very ambitious, and Mizzo's here as well. He is so ready to just dive somewhere if he has to, and Beaker will lap any of this up if he can. Literally, he's just watching Mizzo just all over the back of Roshko's gearbox.
Yeah, as they come into Rivage, that particular pack, I think it was Mizzo, was having a look at Roscoe, or the other way around, as they come down through speakers, all so close to the wall into Puon. Puon is a very difficult corner to get right at the best of times. I very regularly fly off the road. Just as I say that, Torza runs a bit wide. We saw, I think it was Absinthe, really exploring the outside limits of that particular corner last time around into the Spanish chicane. I still call it campus because I'm that old. And Torza is struggling now. He had a belting start, but is really, really struggling. Has he got damage to his car, I wonder? Because his pace has just vanished.
I've not seen any damage. It looked like he was about to end it all there. Oh, he almost goes into that wall. That was so close. And he'll recreate what happened to Jeb. Absinthe is up now, passed into P3. But this scrap is actually just going to get spicy because here comes Mizzo on the inside of Blanchimont. This is a very dangerous area for you to go for an overtake, but he's got it. And Beaker's going to do the same thing as well. He might actually get Mizzo's contact. Oh, I thought it was going to be all tears there, but somehow... Oh, here comes Roshko looking for a pass back again, but Beaker's going to defend that quite nicely. Roshko might get a better exit. In fact, not might. He has. Look at the drive he's getting here. It's lap 3, which means that DRS is now enabled, and Roshko has to close in quickly before he loses it.
Yeah, Beaker's got the inside line coming into La Source, though, and he's going to just about keep the slipstream off of Mizzo, if nothing else. So he will be able to comfortably hold that position, comparatively comfortably. Blue right behind. He's probably going to sit there. He's not going to do anything too daft. As DRS, as you say, is available to our drivers. Roscoe's not hanging around, though. He wants to try and get on with it, but has no advanced momentum over Beaker. Here we go, heading towards La Source. You can always rely on... a bit of contact, I think, between was it Torza and Mizzo who's swapping rounds. Torza's day is getting even worse.
Yeah,
car looks okay. I wonder if he just boiled his tires. Don't know.
Yeah.
The car looks okay. It's the only thing I can think of. Also, Jack and Landis Milkman have swapped round. That'll be the slipstream off the back of the Camel Straight, I'd have thought, as they were getting very close together. But there's 2 seconds between Lando's Milkman and Absinthe now.
Oh, Foxy's gone.
Foxy. Oh, what has happened to you?
He's just
Foxy.
lost it. No name.
Yeah, that's down at speakers. I still prefer no name, actually, of the corner rather than calling it speakers corner. But yeah, he's lose it. But Torza again, he's lost another spot to Beaker.
And Roshko's there as well. Look at this. The gap is getting so close. And also, he's ghosted now. I thought that Roshko was going to ride in at the back of him. Blue. Oh, Blue had a moment. And here comes Tiger Racing. They're actually going side by side. And Tiger Racing's been rotated. But he caught that. Whoa, Joe. What a handle there of that car. He gets his front end tapped, which sends his car pointing in the wrong direction. He just flicks it back and brings it back again. But we need to watch the desynced cars of Roshko and Toto. As they are together, currently inside of each other. And it will be Roshko who is faster, but Toto's later on the brakes. And meanwhile, they are still going at it. Blue, I think, can see both of these cars. So he's got to watch out. Oh, no, he can't. I don't know.
Round.
Yeah, but he got round because of a contact with him and Blue, but Blue couldn't see him. That's a very interesting situation there.
Well, I mean, that's how Formula One cars are made. There was a very non-PG streak you just seen there. Yeah. So, it's impossible to call that. We couldn't tell who was actually where, and it's much the same kind of story for the drivers. However, Mizzo is pretty close to Absinthe now. Oh, not pretty close. He's absolutely flying past Absinthe. But can he hold it into late calm? Absinthe holding onto the defensive line.
Oh,
no, Absinthe is round. It's so easy to do in the single seat. He's got to be very, very careful how he comes back on track. He has to reverse. He's got no real choice, but on he goes. Oh, that's such a shame. He's knocking on the door of the podium as Pilato has reminded us he's still with us, getting the fastest lap because he's been through the pits. Right behind is Torza and Raven Duck having their own fight coming into Rivage. A big lock up there for Torza, but oh dear, his day is just going from bad to disastrous. Dear, oh dear. Roshko and Blue side by side into Puan. Oh my goodness me, you don't often get side by side into there.
Oh no! Avia's gone. That was a big smash.
And there was nothing Aviator could have done about that. He was absolutely right to try and make the move, as Roshko was very out of shape on the inside. Well, he came back to the inside of Puan, but then it just all went catastrophically wrong.
Very, very wrong indeed. Now, that is sad times for them. I've actually got 2 bets on this race. And I'm currently losing both of them, so this is not good for me. Tiger Racing is hunting for Roshko, they're about 6/10 apart. Roshko is 6/10 away from Blue as well. Blue is the one who's not going to have DRS here, so this could actually work out as we approach the final lap here. Race leader is currently Jack. Landos is chasing him, but he's 2.1 seconds behind. Mizzo, who's just broken into that DRS, arguably on the most crucial lap of the entire race, is breaking that gap down. It's Beaker, who's already got the race win and a lot of points from all the qualifyings he's done so far. He's going to be very cozy as it is, but I think he's locked it in. I don't think... If I look at the position changes, it's Jack who's getting 2 places, so he started P3. I think there's a chance for Jack to claim it here. But Beaker still scoring this amount of points might lock it in for the whole weekend win. But we'll have to wait for the final to see. Mizzo 7/10 off the back of Lando's Milkman, and he's closing in quick.
He is, but not quick enough. We will see if Lando's got just enough in the tank to fend off Mizzo. Mizzo is certainly very, very fast. That's not going to be a surprise to anybody, but has he got enough to overtake in the final lap of this race? He's going to rely on a mistake from the Virtuosity car of Orlando's Milkman. Coming down through speakers more towards Puan. Mizzo's got his eyes very much on the prize into Puan now. And each corner, you can just see that gap between the two is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Landis Milkman knows where he has to defend. It's not about trying to get away. I think that's going to be out of the question. It's just defending at the right time, but that's going to be very difficult with the extra pace Mizzo seems to have. It's going to be after Stavolo. Oh, I thought it was going to be before Stavolo at that rate, but here we go on the exit of Stavolo. Oh, Landis Milkman's done the best he can. That has put Mizzo slightly off his stride. Was it enough?
I mean, the gap is frozen, but it is slightly coming in. So Mizzo's now going to have to choose the line. Landers is going to have to choose the defensive line, and this is not good for Mizzo. The inside line is always a problem for anybody to do it, but they keep it clean. There is another battle going on further downfield, but this one's the one we need to see because Jack, yes, he will get the win. Mizzo's going to go for the sendo. He almost gets it, but now it's a drag race. We've seen this in the last race, and we're going to see another one here. Is it going to be Landos who can hold him off? I think he has. His P2, and Mizzo's going to cross in P3. Beaker will take P4. Blue will take P5. And here comes... Oh, he jumps him. Roshko and Joe jumps him as well. Well played. So it's Blue who finishes P7. Absinthe will take P8. Ravenduck will cross the line and take P9. And I will lose my... Oh, technically he's not in the point. So I haven't actually lost my bet. I'm going to argue that later. Marquez in P11. Fossetti will take P12. Piloto 13th. Burrito Bandito 14th. With Lapis in 15th place.
Well, that was all kinds of crazy, as reverse grids always tend to be. Whoa, as Bandito has overcooked the final chicane, nearly taking Piloto with him. Oh, goodness me. But I got a feel for Torza. It's such a great start, and then it just all disintegrated.
Yeah, it was a big sad for it, but, you know, he tried his best, and you got to give him credit for that. He absolutely went for it, and he left nothing behind here when he came out the track. And ultimately, that's what we're all here for, you know. We got to see this hardcore racing. We can enjoy every second of it, and I want to keep that continued going forwards.
All right. I don't think you'll have any doubt of that.
Definitely not. All right. So there is your race win overall. So it's Jack who gets it. He also gets the fastest lap, so he's really giving himself a really good chance at getting that spot away from Beaker. We'll find out in a second if anything changes. As Jack takes the win, Landos takes P2, Mizzo takes the third step of the podium with Beaker in 4th, Roshko in 5th, Tiger Racing 6th, Blue 7th, Absinthe 8th, Tortor 9th, Ravenduck in 10th, with Marquez in 11th, Fossetti in 12th, Piloto 13th, Brito 14th, Lapis 15th, and your DNFs were Aviator, Foxy, and Jeb. Now, when it comes to the weekend win, drumroll please, and it's Beaker who still wins. Wow, massively actually. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than that, and no, it was very much far apart. Beaker, who scores a huge win in the first round, also getting the points for the qualifying, also getting points for fastest laps. He has had a stonker of a weekend run. He takes the weekend overall with Jack in P2, Mizzo P3, Absinthe P4, Roshko P5, Landos P6 with Piloto in P7, Toto P8, Tiger Racing P9, tied for 10th is Jeb and Blue. Marquez is the only other person to get points as we lose Ravenduck, Fossetti, Burrito, Lapis, Aviator, and Foxy. Oh, well, that's it for the F2 cars, but don't go anywhere because we are about to get underway with the F1 cars. So sit tight, and we'll be with you in just a moment.